Yeah, this your big partner Al Cam. You listening to Elation Radio with Kimmy Kim on Jerry West Live. Worldwide jams, vibes, and radio on FavorNetwork.net. Follow them on blogtalkradio.com/Elation Magazine, or you can contact them at elationmagazine@gmail.com. Elation Radio is known worldwide for lifting up people everywhere. So stay locked, and we'll be right back after this music. Holla.
This is Khadevis Robinson, and here we are again with the Khadevis Robinson Challenge. I'm excited to come with you today about the different challenge, the challenge that's a little bit different than the one we had last week. Last week I spoke about, the challenge which I used Brenda's Got a Baby from Tupac's song, and showing how, one person or one situation can affect us all, and how we should, go back and look and see some things that's happening in our lives, that's happening in the world that we like to say that it doesn't concern us, it's not our issue, and maybe take note of those and really look and see how it affects us, and try to make a difference. All of these challenges are very interesting because it takes you to really look inside yourself and look inside what's going on in your life and figure out what you need to do to better that. This week, I want to, highlight a verse from one of my, favorite, I guess you would say, hip-hop songs. The song is called Never Let Me Down, and it's by Jay-Z, Kanye West, but the particular verse is by Jay Ivy, and I want to highlight it and then break it down a little bit. So it starts like this: we're all here for a reason on a particular path. You don't need a curriculum to know that you're a part of the math. Cats think I'm delirious, but I'm so darn serious. That's why I expose my soul to the globe, the world. I'm trying to make it better for these little boys and girls. I'm not just another individual. My spirit is a part of this. That's why it's spiritual. So I get my hymns from him. So it's not me, it's he that's lyrical. I'm not a miracle. I'm a heaven-sent instrument. My rhythmic regiment navigates melodic notes for your soul and your mental. That's why I'm instrumental. Vibrations is what I'm into. Yeah, I need my loot by rent day, but that ain't what gives me the heart of Kunta Kinte. I'm trying to give us free like Senke. I can't stop. That's why I'm hot. Determination, dedication, motivation. I'm talking to you of all my many inspirations. When I say I can't let you or self down, if I was on the highest cliff, on the highest roof, and you slipped off the side and clinched onto your life in my grip, I would never, ever let you down. And when these words are found, let it be known that God's penmanship has been signed with a language called love. That's why my breath is felt by the dead. And while my words are heard and confined to the ears of the blind, I too dream in color and in rhyme. So I guess I'm one of a kind in a full house. I open my heart, my soul, or my mouth. A touch of God rains out. Get up, I get down. Get up, I get down. I love that verse because if you really listen to the words of that verse, he's saying a lot of things that really resonates with me, and it resonates with me because I think we all have that feeling in our heart. Martin Luther King talks about the drum major instinct, and in the drum major instinct, he's talking about all of us have in us that instinct to be a leader, that instinct to be first. In the drum major instinct speech, he says that we all want to be that drum major. We all want to be that person that's in front leading everybody else and getting all the attention. He said that drum major instinct is all right. It's a fine instinct as long as it doesn't become too much. As long as it doesn't become too much of our ego. It's all right to want to be a leader because you want to help people. It's all right to want to be in front because you want to lead people. It's all right to have that drum major instinct because that's in all of us. But do not let it get to our heads. Do not let it cloud our judgment. Do not let it take over our lives in the sense that we forget who we are and why we're doing it. And Martin Luther King goes along to say, if you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize he or she who's greatest amongst you shall be your servant. So he goes back and say, it's fine to want to be important and want to be great and want to be recognized. That's great. That's wonderful. But just recognize the person that's the servant. That's the one who's going to be in front and be great. So you should want to be a servant. And in this particular part of this speech I just said, I'm going to break these lyrics down. The first part says, we are all here for a reason on a particular path. You don't need a curriculum to know that you're part of the map. Now, that verse right there is saying that, we're just not random pieces. In my favorite book, Hugo, it talks about, everything in life, machines and everything, every part is there for a reason. Every piece has a purpose. And on this verse, it says we're all here for a reason, a particular path. You don't need a curriculum, know you're part of the map. That means we're here for a reason. We're here for a purpose. And we didn't get a curriculum. No, we didn't get a handbook. No, we didn't get a message when we was born that told us why exactly we were here. So we don't have to have the curriculum to know that we're part of, to know that we're a part of that map, to know that we're here for a reason. We don't have to absolutely know the exact reasons why we're here right now, but we need to know that we are here for a reason. The second verse goes, cats think I'm delirious, but I'm so darn serious. That's why I expose my soul to the globe, the world. I'm trying to make it better for these little boys and girls. Saying that sometimes when you're saying what you're saying, sometimes when you're going out trying to accomplish your goals, sometimes when you're going out trying to do better for the world, trying to do better for yourself, people are going to think you crazy. That's serious. Cats think I'm delirious when I'm so darn serious. Like, people look at me sometimes when I'm doing things like this radio show, or when I'm putting motivational things on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, when I'm writing books, when I'm giving speeches, when I'm doing all these things. They think I'm crazy. They say, Katie, why are you doing that? Why are you doing all these different things? You're not going to make money. Nobody's going to buy this. Nobody's listening. But they don't understand. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for all that. I'm exposing my soul to the globe, the world, because I'm trying to make it better for the little boys and girls. By doing this, it don't have to be, 1,000 people. It don't have to be 1 million people. If I can just touch one, because that one girl can be the next Oprah. If I can just touch one, because, that one boy can be Barack Obama. Who knows? So I'm trying to make it better for these little boys and girls. The next verse says, I'm not just another individual. My spirit is a part of this. That's why I'm spiritual. So, we just think, okay, everybody say you're a person. Sometimes Tony Robbins said, I'm just a guy. But what he's saying right here is, yeah, I am an individual, but I'm not just another individual. Yeah, I'm here, but what I understand is everything that I do, my spirit is a part of this. That's why I'm spiritual. People, sometimes people say, what religion are you? What do you worship? What do you do? What are you about? And people say, well, I really don't believe in that, but I'm spiritual. I believe in spirituality. I'm spiritual. And he's saying, yeah, listen, I'm spiritual. And you say, well, what makes you spiritual? Well, my spirit is a part of everything that I do. When I'm speaking, my spirit is a part of it. When I'm running, my spirit is a part of it. Whatever I do, my spirit is a part of it. So it doesn't matter who's listening. It doesn't matter who jumps on board. My spirit is a part of it, so it's all spiritual to me. The next verse says, but I get my hymns from him, and that could be her also. So it's not me, it's he that's lyrical. So in other words, he's saying, because my spirit is a part of this, all these things that I'm saying, all these things that I'm doing, I get it from a higher power. I get all this from a higher power. So it's not me. It's that high power that's bringing this. In one of my favorite books, and most of the big spiritual books, it always puts the main character in a tight situation. I think if you look at Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey, it talks about this main character being in a really, really tough situation that looks or appears to be like he or she cannot get out of it, right? And so on this verse, this person is saying, so it's not me. It's he that's lyrical, meaning that all these great things that this person may do or say, all these great things in our favorite books, let's say Moses or Abraham or Buddha or whatever you believe in, all these great things, well, it's not necessarily them. It's that higher power that's doing it. So he's saying it's not me. It's he that's lyrical. And then next he goes, I'm not a miracle. I'm a heaven-sent instrument. You get that? Like when you living in some of the things you do, people gonna think it's a miracle because they're gonna look and say, how in the world you do that? Well, no, he's saying I'm not a miracle. I'm a heaven sent instrument. I was sitting here to do these things. My spirit's a part of this. I was sitting here to do it, so it looks like a miracle. But let me tell you something. I'm a heaven sent instrument. And then he goes, my rhythmic regiment navigates melodic notes for your soul and your mental. Meaning that, you know what? When I'm saying this, when I'm singing this, when I'm writing this book, when I'm giving these speeches, when I'm doing everything that I'm doing, it ain't just for your mental, it's for your soul too. So the way that you do things, it not only connects you through the visual and through the physical, it connects you through the mental and through your soul. And he said that's why I'm instrumental. Vibrations is what I'm into. Yeah, I need my loop by Rende, but that ain't what gives me the heart of Kunta Kinte. He's saying, everything is energy, and the vibrations that he's getting from everybody else. Yeah. He piggybacks on it and said, yeah, I need my loot by Rende, meaning, hey, I got to pay bills also. Even though I'm saying I'm spiritual, even though I'm saying, I get my hymns from him, even though I said, a higher power is part of all this, hey, I still got to pay rent. I still got to grind. I still got to work. But then he goes back and says, but that ain't what gives me the heart of Kunta Kinte. That me having to go grind, that don't mean I'm as strong or as tough, and that's not what gives me the heart of Kunta Kinte that was saying, hey, man, this is who I am. Y'all got to kill me to make me change my mind. So I'm trying to give us free like Senke, trying to get yourself out of that the slavery or the prison that has most of us trapped. And then he goes, I can't stop. That's why I'm hot. You're so much on fire. You're so much going toward your goal. You're so much focused on what you have to do, right? That you can't stop. You're so hot, nothing's going to be able to stop you. And then he goes, determination, dedication, motivation. I'm talking to you. Of all my many inspirations, meaning like, that's what I'm giving everybody. My inspirations, are everybody else that's looking in, that's taking this message, that believes in this message, that wants this message. Then he says, when I say I can't let you or self down, if I were on the highest cliff, on the highest rift, and you slipped off the side and clinched onto your life in my grip, I would never, ever let you down. So in other words, it's like no matter where I'm at, I can be on the highest cliff, I can be at the top, I can be at the bottom. It doesn't matter where I'm at, it doesn't matter what I'm going through, right? If you're part of my team, if you're a person that believes in the same thing that I'm believing, if you're a person that's going to follow me and I'm your leader, if I'm following you, and you go through something tough, and we way up there, and you clenching on to me, I'm never going to let you down. And he said, when these words are found, let it be known that God's penmanship has been signed with a language called love. Meaning, like, when you listen to this, it's not, again, it doesn't come from me. It comes from a higher power. And let it know it's been signed off through God because it's all love. You know what I mean? It's no alternative motive. It's all love, and God is love. So let it be known that God's penmanship has been signed with the language called love. That's why my breath is felt by the dead, and why my words are heard and confined to the ears of the blind. Meaning, when you hear these words, and you can feel the breath, you know it's in there. You don't have to be able to, when you say the ears of the blind, it doesn't necessarily mean truly or literally blind. He's talking about energy. He's talking about being able to be felt. He's talking about being able to be heard, but truly heard. When you hear something and you can feel it, then you say, I too dream in color and in rhyme. Because think about it. If you put those two together, what he's saying, they say if you really, like, every sound has a color. They say if you can put, waves and music waves and sound waves, it has a certain color to it. So like when the blind people hear it, it's almost like they can see that color from when they're hearing it. So he said, I too dream in color and in rhyme. Then he says, so I guess I'm one of a kind in a full house. So I always used to think about this verse when I used to run track. Professor, I would go when we was over in Europe. I'll be at Paris, and there's 50,000 people in the stands at the Olympic Games in London and Athens, and you have all these people, and I just felt like I was different. Not like different as better, not like, different as in necessarily special or more special to somebody else, but just like, again, one of a kind in the full house. Like when the universe made me, when God made me, it made me totally different. The fact that I was thinking it at that time proves that I was different. The fact that a person tries something that most people don't think they can do, prove that you're one of a kind. To have these thoughts, to think that you can go out and build something from nothing. You know, I remember one time I was in Monte Carlo, and we was going to have a race, and I was talking to one of my friends, Gary Reed, and he was talking about the 800, which is the event that we run. And he said, Katie, you got to think about it. For us to run the 800 and think we can run as fast as we want to run and train as hard as we train and have to eat right and sleep right for years and years and years, we got to think differently. Like, our mind is wired differently to do that. And at first I was like, what is this guy talking about? And I thought about it, and it's true. Like, to say I'm going to train, I push my body to its absolute limit every day and then eat certain foods to shape my body and to sleep a certain way to recover my body, and to do this over and over and over, you have to think differently. So I guess I'm one of a kind in the full house. And he says, because whenever I open my heart, my soul, or my mouth, a touch of God rains out. Because, you know, anytime you're doing anything, what's coming out? Why are you doing it? And he's saying, you know, whenever I open my heart to somebody, my soul to somebody, or my mouth, a piece of God is coming out then. A piece of love is coming out then. And so in this verse, he's saying, I never, ever let you down. It's saying that when you're a part of this, when you know you're on this earth for a purpose, when you know you're on this earth for a mission, then you walk a little bit different. You know, then you talk a little bit different. You know, everything you do is a little different, and people are gonna think you're crazy. I mean, it's just the way it is. Like you said, casting, I'm delirious, but hey, I'm so darn serious. I have that happening all the time. I'll be talking about something, and I just get off on a rant, and people think I'm crazy. And that used to bother me at first. I was like, man, I tell you a story. One time I was at a track meeting. I was sitting there talking to a whole bunch of some kids, and they always listening to me, and I'm sitting there, and I'm laughing and smiling, and I'm really, you know, getting into whatever I was talking about. And the guy walked up and said, hey, Katie, man, how you doing, man? And he goes, man, you always laughing and smiling, man. And man, you always laughing and smiling in the good mood, man. What's that about? And he said it in a way as if to say as if I shouldn't. And I'm thinking, like, and you can see everybody look at him like, okay, like, is he supposed to be sad and mad all the time? You know, and it's like, that's the thing. It's like, you say things and you try to get people to see the vision, and you try to see people to see the what they have in themselves, how much more they have in themselves, and they think you crazy. You know, it's like, as a coach, I tell athletes, you can run this, and they looking at me like, dude, are you crazy? What makes you think I can run this? And it's the same thing with these vibrations. Everything in life is energy, and when you're connected with God, people are going to think you crazy. And that's the way it's always been. Throughout, no matter what you believe, no matter what you see, no matter what you read, when you're connected with God, people are going to think you crazy. Because when you're connected with God, you can see through your third eye. You know what I mean? You can look at that burning bush and see something, and you can feel stuff that maybe everybody else can't feel. Now, they have it in them, you know, but they might not be able to necessarily feel it, or they might not be able to interpret it, so they're going to think you crazy. But then you're understanding everything you're doing. You're doing stuff that they think is just normal stuff. They don't understand why you're doing it. I was running stairs today, and I bet people were going, well, why this dude running stairs? Where is he going? Well, you know what? I'm running stairs because that's what I do. I like to. I'm an instrument. I'm a heaven-sent instrument. So this is the way, your body is the way that you deliver the melodic notes. You know, your temple is a way that you're going to be able to share it with other people. And as you share this information, as you share your instrument, as you share your knowledge, as you share your gifts, you will continue to live on. That's how you live on. You know, we all have family members, we all have friends, we all have teachers, we all have coaches, we all have people that died many years ago, and we still have dreams about them. We all have people that died many years ago, and the lessons they taught us, we're going to teach somebody else. And then that person's going to say that you taught them something, they're going to teach it to somebody else. And it's going to keep going. That lives on. That energy lives on. Writing a book and somebody benefiting from that book, that energy lives on. So my challenge to you is whatever you're doing, that the universe put in your heart, understand that you know you do it in a way that you're a heaven sent instrument, and whomever you're doing it with, have them understand that, make a commitment to yourself and make a commitment to the ones who's willing to help you, because none of us do it on our own, that you would never, ever let them down. Never, ever let them down. This whole week, people are going to be asking you for some type of advice. And sometimes that advice is going to come in the form of a statement. So they might be afraid to ask you directly, but they're going to be still asking you. And they have to be able to rely on you just like you have to be able to rely on whoever your mentor is. So this week, the challenge for you this week is to recognize that person that needs you, that person that says that if you're not there for them, maybe they don't have nobody else. And let them understand that if I was on the highest cliff, on the highest rift, and you slipped off the side and clinched on your life in my grip, I would never, ever let you down. This has been Khadevis Robinson. That's the Khadevis Robinson Challenge. I holla.
Oh no, it's never too hard. Oh no, it never is. Never too hard, never too hard. It never is, never too hard. Forever, no. Trust a bit of work. Don't you don't let go. He knows how long you waited. He knows anticipated. Don't give up, no matter what. Stand up,